Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another round of Connections. We're going to play Connections for August 30th, 2023. Before I hit the play button and we take a look at the words, just two quick announcements. Guess what, guys? Finally, the moment you've been waiting for. As soon as you're done watching Art struggle and solve today's Connections, I'm going to announce the results all the way up to and including States of Elation. Can you believe it? So there will be a massive update. Some shakeups in the standing, so I think you guys will be excited to see where you stand. And I also would like to say that it looks like the September team competition is taking form very nicely. Here's the deal. Rather than just, writing everybody's name on the screen, here's what I think would be the easiest. When we do the results, I'll be listing and naming everybody's name. I'm going to assume, because I haven't heard otherwise, that everybody whose name and is an active player will want to continue to September and do the team competition. If you cannot do it, let me know in the comments below, okay? So that should get us about 30 players, which is awesome. And then I'm happy to announce that we're going to have two more folks who confirmed that they would like to participate. It will be none other than Miles Bailey and Ross G 2805. Okay, guys? So it's going to be my pleasure to welcome you aboard. And I would say within a day or two, I'm going to be doing a live randomization. So we're going to put everybody's name on a wheel and we're going to randomly assign you guys to Team Yellow, Team Green, Team Blue, and Team Purple. And if the math comes out right, we'll have somewhere between 8 and 10 people per team. I would be thrilled if we could get up to 40 players. So once again, guys, if you're a lurker, if you've been enjoying watching Art do his connection solve, and if you've been enjoying watching all these amazing players participate every day, please join in. There's a few of you who have made some great comments. I would love to have you join in on the team. So please, I'd love to get it up to 40. 10 people per team would be absolutely amazing. So if you were not Miles Bailey or Ross G 2805, or if you're not one of the people who's on the current August competition, and you would like to join September, it is not too late by any stretch. So please, in the comments, let me know if you'd like to join. You can put it directly below my pinned comment, and it'll be my pleasure to bring you in and assign you randomly to a team. All right, so here we go, guys. With those pleasantries having been properly dispensed of, I do believe we're ready to hit the play button. I'm a little nervous because, I've been doing pretty well recently in this stretch because I had to put together like 6 days worth. It was a pain, but it feels good to be up to date. I was doing really good. I just had that 1-4. As you guys remember, I could not identify the Pinocchio category. So let's keep our fingers crossed. I'm feeling pretty good today. Let's focus like a laser and hit play. All right, the screen, I think, looks totally fine. Yeah. Okay, here we go, guys. Swing, weight, scarab, clout, times, papyrus, seesaw, courier, eye, slide, sway, onk, impact, pull, crook, and sandbox. Ouch. Okay. A lot of interesting stuff going on here, for sure. However, I think I see a nice easy category here. We've got the sandbox, we've got the slide, we've got the seesaw, and we've got the swing. And fortunately, I don't see any extra, I would call these playground activities. Yeah. Or playground equipment. Just things found on the playground. I think we got the idea. Yeah. None of these others make any sense whatsoever. So can we say playground things? Perfect. Playground fixtures. That's fine. I think as long as you have the word playground in there, you're fine, guys, right? That's what I mean about naming the category within reason, okay? Okay, what's next? Now, as I was reading them off, I noticed two things. I definitely noticed some Egyptian things because of the scarab, the ankh, the crook. I think that's like a symbol of kingship. Yeah, held by the shepherd. And then it's a toss-up between papyrus and an eye. I think they're referring to, like, what is it, the Eye of Ra or the Eye of Horus. But the thing is, when deciding between these, papyrus is definitely, used in ancient Egypt. I think it was like the form of paper that they used to write on, among other things. It was basically the material that they used. But my only concern is, like, which one of these is really the true... Ah, shoot. So that's tricky. Because papyrus is definitely, that's an Egyptian thing. Oh. Okay, well look, it's in there. We got 5 there, right, guys? So let's see what else we can make do with. So Courier is a font. Okay, Courier is a font. So is Times New Roman, I think they call it. Definitely Impact. And then you could have, okay, maybe Papyrus would belong over there because Scarab's not a font. I've never heard of an I font, an Ankh font, or a Crook. Yeah, so I think Papyrus would belong in the font category. And then what that really means is these things from Egypt, I guess you could call them symbols, right? The scarab, I think, was the beetle, but it was like symbolized. It was, I think, almost like worshipped. The eye is definitely a symbol. The Ankh is definitely a symbol. I think it's like literally the symbol of life. And then the crook, like I said, I believe that was to symbolize kingship. So I'm pretty confident that we could go with these for Egyptian symbols. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And then the papyrus, I'm gonna go with that's a font. Okay, ooh, that's very sneaky because I could easily see that being part of the Egyptian as well. But it's not a symbol, right? You didn't like worship or symbolize the papyrus. It was a physical material thing. So what are we going to go with next? I mean, we could do any one of these. We could get the Egyptian out of the way. But guess what? Yes, I would like to try to get them in the difficulty order. Don't worry, guys. We're not going to use that as the basis for anything in September, okay? We won't use that. It's just a cute gimmick, okay? It's just a cute gimmick. There's no extra points for that. I would probably go with so I do see another category here. I think you would call it like influence. If you have clout, if you have weight, if you have sway, and if you have pull. And then again, impact could have gone in there, but I do believe we're going to keep that for the fonts. And so check it out, guys. I think we've got this nailed. So here, I'm going to go with this next for influence. And then Courier, Times, Impact, and Papyrus will be fonts, and Scarab, Eye, Ankh, and Crook will be Egyptian symbols. So here we go. Influence. Perfect. Okay. And I definitely think between the two, the fonts would be easier to get. So I'm going to predict that that should be blue. And the fonts, again, we're going to say are Papyrus, Impact, Courier, and Times, right? Yeah. Don't want to make any mistakes. It's like, I'm doing okay. I don't want to ruin it with a stupid mistake. Okay, so let's go with fonts. Perfect. Oh, shoot, it's not. Shoot, that's purple? Oh, that's incredible. Okay, whatever. Again, it's not a big deal, but I'm really surprised. I would definitely have thought that the Egyptian, I'm assuming these are going to be Egyptian symbols. I would have definitely thought that was going to be purple. So let's say Egyptian symbols. Pow! Nailed it. Nailed it. Okay, with the exception of getting them in the right difficulty order. You guys let me know what you think. I know a lot of you think it's completely arbitrary, and that may be true. It's probably what the person who created it thought, just from her perspective, without thinking about, like, people in general. I don't know. To me, those Egyptian symbols are well, maybe the thing is that they're so unusual that, like, what else could they be? As long as you just know, like, the scarab, for example. But eye is tricky because that could be a lot of different things. I don't know. I just think the fonts are easier to recognize because, we select fonts every day, right, when we're typing in Word or whatever. All right, guys, so that was pretty sweet. I'm happy with that. I think we'll call that a clean 5. I hope everybody does well on that, with the exception, of course, with my competitors, especially those, as you're going to see, who are clumped with me. I think we're all tied for a certain place. So let's go ahead and move on to, and I don't even have to say see you later or see you in a little bit. We're going to transition right over, guys, because I have this all prepared. I'm very proud of myself. I'm so happy I got this out of the way. So here we go. Look at this. Isn't that cool? We'll just move it over a little bit. And bam. And here we go. Probably the only thing I should have done was just get it a little bit closer, but I think I can read this. I made it pretty big. In fact, what we'll do is we'll move me over, and I think we can make this, We should be able to make this even bigger, right? Nice. So guess who's in the lead, guys? No surprise. It is the connections wizard himself, Aranya28. By the way, we're now 28 days in. Can you believe it? So 28 times 5 would be 140, and this guy is short by 1 point. If it weren't for those stupid Greek letters, if you guys remember, we had that super cool grid with strictly 2-letter words. If you had just known that those were Greek letters, he'd have a perfect 140. But that is still beyond impressive. Martin Steed, our good friend Martin Steed, from the United Kingdom, no less. So to be able to figure out these crazy American puzzles and have a near perfect score of 135 is also truly miraculous. He's in second place. Zep Girl is also an outstanding player, and she is in third place with the 130. Then we've got Salad Van Baco in fourth place. And then look at this, a 3-way tie for fifth place. Brandon Baker, Cable Wire, the 12-year-old genius, and this punk, otherwise known as Rise to the Equation. We're all tied for fifth. So this is going to be very, very cool. A little bit of a shakeup. We'll see if there will be some separation due to today's puzzle, which I definitely would say was on the more challenging side. Jason, I feel bad, Jason, my friend. That 0 hurts. Trust me, I know. Join the club. I've had 2 of them. And I know that 0 hurts tremendously. You were up there. But it's not too late. And I think you can definitely hang on to a very solid top 10 finish. Our dear and beloved friend Ellen Sassani is very close there too. She's in 7th place, and I know that Ellen will hang on to that 10th place. And then we've got a 2-way tie for 8th place between Melanie Lee and Pat Markland. So good job, guys. Viking 67 is in 9th place, and our dear friend Edward Collins rounds out 10th place, okay? So there's our top 10, but I am going to mention everybody. And again, guys, I'm under the assumption that everybody who's participating would like to rejoin for September. So if that's not the case, do let me know in the comments. So let's move this up. And let's see who is in our next tier of players. Let me just get everybody in. Perfect. Okay. In the next tier, we have Michelle Lamb. She's in 11th. Geraldo, 12th. D-Bone Capone, 13th. Randy M, 14th. Cheryl Pheasant in 15th. Dora A, 16. Joe, 17. Advanced 495, 18. T. Clark, 19. Ascension, 20. By the way, guys, if you notice that the results are not accurate, do let me know, and I will update them accordingly. G3 Holiday has 21st place secured. GO Human, 22. BMS Houston, 23. Connor Clark, 24. App Guy, 25. Forsaken, 26. And our dear friend Matamortes, 27th place. And there you have it, guys. So that is everybody. Do, again, let me know if you detect any irregularities in the standings, and I will update them accordingly. And can you believe it, guys? We just have 2 more days to go. And I'll probably do a live, maybe before or after my solve, I'll do a live randomization of everybody to a specific team. That should be super exciting. It'll be just like we did with Wordle, where we had the 4 teams. And yeah, but please, guys, anybody else who would like to participate, please let me know. It'll be my pleasure to include you. I would be thrilled if we could have, 40 players, so 10 people per team. I will have to figure out a clever way to keep it fair because, if we average them out, then in theory, like the strongest player, like Aranya, could just produce the result for that team and always get a 5. So I think we have to have like a minimum. We have to enforce a minimum participation level. And I'm thinking if, for instance, if there's 10 players, we need to make sure that there's at least 8. And then we'll take the average from any one of those 8, 9, or 10 players. That's the only way I think we can keep it fair, because otherwise you might just be like, screw it. We'll just let Aranya, seal the deal for our particular team. And that would be completely unfair. And plus it would be unfair to him too, right? So there you have it, guys. That was super sweet. Very happy with today's solve. Very happy with today's solve. There it is in all its glory. The one flaw, of course, is that we mixed up the final 2 categories. But seriously, who cares? It is completely irrelevant. It's completely subjective. And all I can say is that this game really has been a lot of fun, and we are going to have an incredible time in September. We really are. I can't wait to find out who's going to be on my team. And again, guys, no matter what you think your ability is, please join. We all get smarter from playing this game. We learn all sorts of new things, and I love reading your comments. I feel like thanks to some of the folks here who contribute, I get like a honorary degree from learning so much from you guys. So, and I'm really psyched to have the two new players, namely Miles Bailey and Roshji 2805. But honestly, we should have many, many more new players joining, right, guys? So let's have fun for September, but we still have to finish August. And I will say one final thing, and that is because you guys worked hard, submitted your results, there's a very good chance that maybe within a few days after we finish August, there will be a wonderful finale video showing everybody's performance set to the beat of some, as you know, Art's favorite epic orchestral background music. I think it'll be pretty cool. And of course, I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow for yet another round of Connections.